is an effort to transform the general environment across Barbados. Um, the and you know, and all of us have been experiencing every day. The debate all over the world now is about health and the environment itself. The environment is applied not only as a result of COVID, but we are also on the eve of a hurricane season. And the things are, we don't know what the future holds um, in relation to these two forces, both COVID and environment. Um, I, after having consideration, having discussions with Wilfred, having discussions with a number of members of the private sector, in which Jose is one of the Barbadian companies that respond readily in the discussion before he can even explain what it is that I was talking about. He said, Minister, I am on board. I am willing to contribute to my country. I am promising you now that you are going to see uh, the modernization of the pragmatic policy of the SSA. It is not going to be business as usual. I'm not waiting until they find a vaccine in order to resolve the problems with health and environment all across this land. So what you're going to see is this is one initiative, but we have other issues that we have to address. We have the challenges on the landfill. We have problems in relation to incinerators in Barbados. We are thinking in terms of how do we use waste in a more productive and meaningful way in order to transform that waste into energy. We are looking at a variety of options. This is a small part, but a significant part to the people of Parish Land. And I gave Wilfred the assurance that I'll be here this morning and we'll start the process. This will be an example. This area will never find itself in a position again where you will see garbage floating over the rims of the bins that you have here, because we are going to move those bins today and we're going to put down these two skips. These skips are unique in comparison to what we have been seeing traditionally. These are used drums that came into the island to use for other purposes. And because most of our small states, we try to find a way of continuing to make these of some utility value to the society itself. But these bins now, they have covers. So we'll be able to cover down not only the ugly look of the exposure of the waste, but also the aroma. You will know if it's a pleasant one or not. The aroma that will normally come from those bins. I have an obligation to the people in this entire community, to the Barbadian public in general. I'm going to increase the regular pickup, right? The pickup will be done exclusively by the SSA. This is where corporate Barbados is responding to the government. And this, what is going to happen here, would not give any authority to any private person to come and do or remove anything that we put here. Whatever we put here, we remove by the staff of the SSA. So I want to make that very clear. I don't want to come in conflict with distortionists at all. So it's very clear, SSA will remove these. And this is the first step that you're seeing. And then we will go on to other communities and do the same for them.
I want to thank Trevor for working with me on this one, and Mr. Cherry, who seems to step forward every time Barbados is in need of assistance. What is beautiful about this project? We have situations and we have communities in Barbados where a lot of people live in the community, but the road access is not what it should be. It does not allow for a truck to get to each of the houses. So what often happens is people bring the garbage to one collection point where there might be one or two bins. But in this instance, there are 4 bins here, 5 bins here, but there are over 20 households at the end of this road that the SSA truck cannot get up in. Research, so what happens? We have many areas in Barbados where the SSA trucks, the Barbados Water Authority trucks, the fire service can't actually access the houses it's supposed to be servicing because the road access is not what it's supposed to be. So we have to come up with solutions to address these problems. We can't fix all the roads in one, but what we can do is apply practical and sensible solutions to situations. If you have 5 bins at the top of a road and it's constantly overflowing, then let's put on a bigger receptacle. Let's make it look a bit more tidy. So over the last couple of weeks, you would have heard Minister Prescod appealing to corporate Barbados to help the government that at this particular time in our history, the government can't do it alone. There's a lot that has to be done. Our resources are probably at an all-time low, and we are stretched trying to make life better for all of Barbados. So this is where we need corporate Barbados and our friends in Barbados to step forward and help the aspects of government that you can help. In this instance, Mr. Cherry heeded the call and stepped forward with these covered bins. The bins are quite tasteful. They have a message on it. It thanks all the frontline workers. It advises people to cover their nose and their mouth. So this is an initiative that businesses can use to promote themselves while delivering a service. So Mr. Cherry is the first one, but I'm hoping that he's not the last. Minister Prescod has issued the call for all of corporate Barbados to step forward if they can.